Did you know Americans spend more at casinos than they do on music, movies, and sporting goods combined? Fact is, casinos bring in over $7 billion to our economy annually in tax revenue. Now, I'm currently in one of Nevada's oldest casinos. Ascuaga's Nugget is a world-class destination and home of our first Look for USA hunt. Today we're on the hunt in the biggest little city in the world, Reno, and neighboring Sparks, Nevada. This region was once a haven for traveling prospectors, and when gambling in the state was legalized in 1931, it gave rise to the modern casino gaming industry. The manufacturing sector in Nevada generates more than $5 billion in revenues each year, and the gaming industry is a big part of that. So the question is, what are they making? And that's exactly what I'm here to find out. Well, looking for labels might work. Yeah, not seeing a label. Let's keep moving. But with just the short time here, I figured I'd get ahead of the game and ask for help. And here she is, Chelsea, who's agreed to be our investigative assistant. Hey, Chelsea. Hi, how you doing? I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm excited, yeah.
Good. So how's the list coming so far?
It's coming together. We have a couple ideas for you, but I still think you're going to have to poke around a little.
The hunt is on. Well, let's get started. This is the gaming floor. 80,000 square feet packed with fun. In the U.S., slot machines like these take in about $1 billion a day. Do you know if this machine is made in America?
I have no idea, but it's fine.
Hey, can I try one?
I don't think so.
Moving on. Unlike many casinos today, the Nugget is still privately owned. The founder's daughter, Sean Horejs, is the CEO. When her dad started the business back in the 1950s, gambling was only legal in Nevada. Today, 22 states in the U.S. participate in the gaming industry.
I think as states struggle with their economies, they're looking for other sources of revenue, and gaming seems to be an easy and popular one to take on.
Okay, so the big question is, do you have any machines in your casino that are made in the USA?
Well, as a matter of fact, right behind us is Megabucks. At $14 million, an IGT game.
That is awesome. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. Our first Look for USA company is IGT, also known as International Game Technology. It makes perfect sense. The Reno Sparks area pretty much invented the American casino experience. And as it developed, so did the demand for fun and reliable gaming equipment. Last year, the gaming manufacturing industry reported a 7% growth, partly resulting from an increase in slot play. That's great news for IGT, makers of some of the sexiest slot machines you'll find anywhere in the world. In 2003, IGT made Fortune magazine's list of 100 fastest growing companies. Later, in 2007, USA Today ranked them number 6 on its list of 25 top performing stocks of the past 25 years. They also invented the world's first progressive play machines and the easy pay ticket in, ticket out technology. Remember the days when you had to carry a bucket of coins around the casino? Yep, they put an end to all of that. Doesn't take quarters. Oh. Great. Hey everybody, we're here with Amy Hoyt, Senior Vice President of Human Resources.
Right here in this particular facility, we do everything from development, design, and then as you can see here, manufacturing operations. We've got jobs for lots of people.
So how many machines do you sell per year?
37,500 units.
That's a lot of machines. Any chance IGT would move the manufacturing abroad?
It's a great question. We've actually just gone to the absolute opposite of that. Just last week, we made a decision to insource back 2 of our cabinet lines right back here to our facility.
During each shift, the team assembles, on average, 300 slot machines. Yeah, I don't know what all of this stuff is, but somehow this all ends up, hi, and those machines right over there. It's pretty impressive, and I'm in the way. Keith is the production coordinator here in this massive assembly that you see behind us.
We have a variety of unique builds, so they're constantly changing with unique parts.
How long does it take to build a machine, and how many stations does it go through?
8 to 14 stations, depending on what line we're building. Overall, probably about 4 hours from start to finish.
Do you have made in the USA stamped anywhere on the machine?
No, we don't, but that's a good idea. I'll have to bring that up to management.
After the break, we'll get a closer look at the inner workings of an IGT machine and meet one of their game designers. So stay tuned. My look for USA search has brought me to IGT in Reno, Nevada, which makes some of the coolest slot machines on the planet. And I'm beginning to see why. I wonder what American inventor Charles Fay, who created the world's first mechanical slot machine, the Liberty Bell, back in 1895 would have to say about all of this.
All right, so what we have here is the brains of the operation, literally. At this station, they take the software and they download it to the brain of the machine, and then it goes on to final assembly from here. It'd be nice if they could do that for me.
Again, makes me wonder what our friend Charles Fay would have to say about this, since his original Liberty Bell had only 3 metal reels, each painted with 10 symbols on it. And the biggest payout? A whopping 10 nickels or 50 cents. And the odds of winning, well, let's just find out.
Hey gang, we are here with game designer Stephanie. Sir, Stephanie, show them the cast. It's pretty physical around here. Okay, what is the question you get asked more often than not?
Definitely when people hear I'm a game designer, the first thing they always want to know is, well, tell me how to win.
And what do you tell them?
Unfortunately, there is no secret. There is no code or any kind of combination of buttons that you can push that's going to make you hit that jackpot. So my chances are as good as yours.
How did you get involved in the industry?
My undergraduate degree is in mathematics, and I actually originally planned to teach. And when I decided I didn't want to do that anymore, I actually just found the job and found that they wanted a mathematics background, was lucky enough that it combines a lot of my skill sets, so I was really lucky to fall into it.
With 13% growth in the past year, the odds are in favor that IGT will continue to expand, providing the gaming industry with new products far into the future. And the biggest winner? Our economy and our workforce. By the way, the average wage in this industry is $72,200, which is much higher than the average U.S. median income of $45,230. Not a bad industry to work in.
A funny thing happened while we were looking for U.S.-made products. We found a bar. No, seriously, it's research, folks. Chelsea, what do we have?
So here we have Maker's Mark and the Great Basin Brewery's Ichthyosaurus IPA, or Icky. Icky. These are both made in the USA and fan favorites here at the Nugget.
2 great finds. Great Basin's Icky IPA, a locally made brew, and Maker's Mark straight bourbon whiskey distilled in Loretto, Kentucky. And here's something you may not know. According to the Distilled Spirits Council in 2011, exports jumped 16.4%, driven by demand for American-made whiskey. Hey, what can I say? We know how to party.
I'd like to order a dry martini, shaken, not stirred. And I'd like that to go because I'm going to go into James Bond mode and hit the tables. The casual gambler spends about $108 per visit. It's a little steep for me, but fortunately the producers gave me a little bit of money. Thanks, guys. See how we do. Raise.
Since the mid-1800s, when some of the very first poker games were played around the Mississippi and the western U.S., people played with anything of value. Now, to avoid confusion and trouble, chips were invented. Early chips were made from ivory and wood, but today they're made from plastic and clay. And some even carry RFID chips inside, a chip within a chip, making them easier to track and harder to counterfeit. There are lots of chip manufacturers in the U.S., like Palm Gaming International in Florida. And because they're basically printing money, they have to operate under strict federal guidelines.
Call in.
Call.
Think I got you.
I won!
You're playing dirty.
What? No way. Hey, I won fair and square.
No, you're playing with dirty chips. They're covered with pathogens.
I did not know that.
Just like paper currency, hundreds of thousands of people handle casino chips. And they get dirty. Really dirty. Like infectious disease dirty. If you've ever seen the movie Contagion, you'll know exactly what I mean. Thankfully, the gentleman playing next to me is the inventor of the Brite chip cleaning machine.
A player had an infection on his arm. He asked the player what the infection was. And He hemmed and hawed and said, "It's a staph infection." I went, "What?" Yeah, I said, "It's MRSA. That's like the worst staph infection."
From the common cold and ringworm to SARS, which has a 70% fatality rate, the Centers for Disease Control have been tracking a rise in these potentially deadly diseases. And the part that really bothers a germaphobe like me is that they could easily end up on something as small as a casino chip handled by one infected person. A disturbing fact that the Magrini family has turned into a business opportunity.
We are Chipbrite.
We had to come up with a way to clean those, and that's where Chipbrite was born.
This ultrasonic technology not only cleans and disinfects up to 5 racks of chips simultaneously, but it also coats them with protective lubricants that keep the smooth feeling of the chips that poker players love. In 2010, they sold their first machine. Today, they are a worldwide distributor. What they're betting on is being the first to market with an American innovation that will truly change the marketplace.
We know we've built a better mousetrap. Now we just really need to sell it. Sell it to the industry, sell it to the patrons, sell it to everyone involved.
Currently, Chipbrite is a small family operation, and most of them work multiple jobs while working hard to bring Chipbrite into the marketplace. So, why do it?
I really enjoy working with a family. We're all in it together, and everyone's working hard. The family, the trust is there, the business ethics are there, and so it's successful.
Chipbrite is just one example of what makes America great. Individuals who are willing to risk everything they have and work hard to make it become a reality. After the break, we'll see just how much dirt and grime their machines can remove from a single chip. My hunt for USA-made products has taken us from John Ascuaga's Nugget, our Look for USA hunting grounds, all the way to Temecula, California, where Ken Magrini and his son Kevin have created a machine that cleans casino chips. Now, I let them clean one of my chips to see just how effective their device really is.
I'm just going to hold this chip in an ultrasonic bath and you will see it cleaning. And that cloud is the actual dirt being knocked off the chip, and you see the brilliant color starting to come out, and that chip is clean. If you want to see the difference between that and how it went in, there you go. If you're just handling these dirty chips, you might as well go in to the men's room floor and wipe your hand around on the floor and come back and play cards. We believe that we've offered a solution to that problem.
One thing is certain, this machine works wonders. Now it's up to the Magrini family to convince the casino owners around the world of the value of providing their customers with clean, bacteria, fungus, and virus-free chips.
They say all you need is a chip and a chair to stay in the game. But since I was getting killed at poker, I figured I'd take my last chip, cleaned by Chipbrite, try my luck here at the blackjack table. How's it going, everybody? Good. Hey, do you ever get the feeling like you're being watched? John Ascuaga's Nugget has about 1,000 security cameras that feed into their security division. Did you guys know that?
Did not.
Well, after doing a little bit of research, Chelsea and I also discovered that these cameras are mounted to the ceiling using a specialized mount that is made by Panavise. Now, that's another innovative made in the USA product. And I found out their 58,000 square foot manufacturing facility is located just around the corner from here. So, I'm gonna go check that out as soon as I get out of this tux.
Security at casinos is a big deal, and I guarantee you're being watched all the time. Some of the largest casinos have up to 2,000 security cameras, some even with facial recognition technology. And Panavise's closed-circuit TV camera mounting systems have been the proven industry standard for years. All the way back in 1956, a die manufacturer named Otto Colbert wanted an easy way to manipulate and work with small objects, and the solution he devised is the Panavise, a patented split-ball clamping device that allows users to tilt, turn, and rotate an object in a vise. Known as the Hold It Anywhere You Want company, Panavise is going strong after 56 years, and their products are made right here.
Hey, we're talking with Gary Richter, president here at Panavise. And Gary, let me just first tell you, I think you got a great operation going on here. And I understand that you have a lot of patents. So tell me, what does a patent mean to you and your company?
Well, one, it allows us to protect our ideas, our inventions, our engineering breakthroughs, and prevent people from copying them and taking the time and effort that we spent to create these inventions and capitalize on them.
Okay. So how does that protect you overseas?
Overseas, you have to file for patents in the various countries where you would export your products to or product them. So in the case of the EU, you can now file for a patent commonly.
EU.
European Union. So you file you can file one patent and it covers all of Europe, where before you had to file in France and Germany and Italy and Spain separately.
Each one separately. Okay. Now, being the first to market is usually a good thing, but what's competition like for you today?
In certain market segments, it's very, very stiff. We get a lot of competition from Asia. In other market segments, we pretty much are the leader and own the market and can pretty much control things.
Now, being an American manufacturer, what fills you with the most pride?
After they bought the product at the price and they see the quality in the product and then turn around and say, I can't believe that I bought this product at this price and it's still made in America. There's just that pride factor of being made in the United States. It really means something. My opinion is the fact that if you don't produce goods and services here in the United States, there won't be any jobs for anybody left. And without people working, there won't be anybody to buy products that are made still here in the United States.
This country is filled with inventors and entrepreneurs. In fact, did you know that the U.S. Patent Office receives about 1,000 new applications every day? Currently, there are about 1 million applications in review. Now that's a lot of ideas. Even though Panavise has a respectable footprint in their industry, they still have to work hard and stay ahead of the competition. When we return, I'll see if I have what it takes to help them make their extraordinary products. Our Look for USA hunt has brought us to Panavise in Reno, Nevada, a 56-year-old company where a dedicated team of people are making, by hand, the most reliable mounting systems you'll find anywhere. And they've agreed to let me help with production. Hey guys. Hi. Can I try one?
No.
Okay. Hey, I am here with
Amado,
and he has been with the company for
close to 34 years.
And he's going to show me how to run the
powder coating machine.
Powder coating machine. What do we need to do first?
You have to paint one side.
How about
first.
we mask up?
Whoa, we mask up first.
Let's mask it up.
Okay. Just grab the gun and shoot him.
What do you think so far?
It's not that good, okay?
Not that good.
The work these folks do day in and day out is important. They're the keepers of the flame, in my opinion, and I had a great time checking out their operation. The thing I love about gift shops is you never know what you're going to find. But as you can imagine, most of these items come from overseas. China, Indonesia. Wait a minute. Choco Rocks, made in Nevada by Kimmie Candy Company. And you see this logo right there? Made in the USA. Definitely got to check this out before we leave. I tracked down the founder of Kimmie Candy Company, Joe Dutra.
It's turned into kind of a great adventure.
And it turns out that Kimmie Candy makes the official candy for the state of Nevada. But there is a lot more to this American success story. An agribusiness expert by trade, Joe Dutra formed Kimmie Candy Company in 2000. Their specialty, Sunburst. Sunflower seeds coated with a proprietary chocolate recipe and expertly applied candy shell. His factory was in Korea, but in 2007 he decided to move his operation to Reno, Nevada, where it has grown from 7 employees to 24. And they're still expanding, which makes perfect sense considering each person in the U.S., per capita, consumes 25 pounds of chocolate every year.
Since we moved back to America from offshore, we have just been doing really well. Been growing every year by 30–40%, and we're in the midst of a big expansion at the moment. We're doubling our capacity, so it's kind of like the American dream. We were able to supply candy faster. We were able to have better quality control than having an offshore manufacturing. And the best thing, we were able to create American jobs here where we live in our community. 3 years from now, I think we're going to be building a facility or buying a facility here in Reno and be like the next little Jelly Belly of Nevada.
Every day, Kimmie Candy Company makes and ships about 10,000 pounds of chocolate. While most of their products are sold here in the U.S., they also export to countries like Mexico and Korea. But what amazed me is that in the last few years, Kimmie Candy Company has grown about 40%. Now that's quite a feat when you consider their competition. There are about 1,600 candy companies out there, with an average annual growth rate of 3 to 4%. Now that's pretty sweet.
People are just getting to know us, and so when they taste our products, they like them, then we start to grow, and here we are. We're exporting now into the Philippines and the Middle East, and we ship to Canada and Mexico. So I'm actually pretty proud that we're selling into those markets that people are going into to make candy cheaper than us. You know, I live here, I want to create jobs here. Every dollar that we keep in our community is a dollar that helps out your neighbor or the neighborhood business or keeps our roads going. Kimmie Candy is the biggest little factory in the world, located in the biggest little city in the world, Reno, Nevada, which is USA. We're made in the USA.
As you can see, the American dream lives on through the people and companies that have found ways to keep jobs here while also creating some of the coolest stuff anywhere. I'm Scooter Nelson, and we'll see you next time on Look for USA.